Hello everybody, welcome to this channel. I'm Payman Hasari. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about list. What is a list, how to create a list, and how to change a list, how to add or remove element from a list. All of them will be covered in this lesson. List is built-in data type that is used for storing a collection of data. List item can have duplicate values, and also they are sorted and they're mutable. I will explain what I mean by mutable. First, let's define a list. List can be created either using just a square bracket or just writing list, as you can see for L0, and then we can print out L0, or we can define it in a square bracket with given elements. The L1 list contains A, which is a string, number 1, and another string which is 21. Lists are mutable, which means we can change the item of a list. We can add new elements to a list. We can remove some of the elements from the list, and that's why we call it mutable. Let's take a look at the list L, which consists of A, B, C, D, and suppose that we want to change B to E. To do so, we write L at index 1 equal E. We write index 1 because lists are 0 index. And as you can see, B is changed to E, and we have A, E, C, D. Or if we want to change the last element, D, to F, we write L at -1, which means the last element changed to F. And as you can see, we get D changed to F. Also, we can change not only one element, but more than two elements, more than any elements that we want. Here, we say the elements from 0 to 2, change it to G and H. And as you can see, the first two elements of L, which is A and E, is now changed to G and H. In order to delete some elements from a list, we can simply write something like this, which is an empty bracket, and that removes the other elements, which is not recommended. In order to delete an element from a list, it would be better to use a del function. And here, as you can see, we have a list consists of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in order to remove the last element, we just simply write del LL at number 6. And as you can see, the number 6 is removed. We saw that we can change the element of a list, we can add new element, or we can delete some elements of a list. A better way to do so is using some method or built-in function in list. In order to add new element to a list, we can use a append function. Here's an example. We start off with an empty list, and in order to add element A into a list, we just say mylist.append, and we add the elements that we want. Let's add another element, and that is B, and we can use append function. Another way to add element to a list is using insert. The difference between insert and append is that append will add the element at the end of the list, but in insert, we can specify where we want to add the element. For example, when we say mylist.insert 0 and C, it means add the element C at the index 0. And as you can see, C is the first element now. Or we can add element D at the third place, which is, now you can see C, A, B, and D is the last element that we add. Another function that we can use is count function. Count function is used to count the number of specific elements in a list. For example, you see we have two A's in a list that we have A and A. When we use count function to calculate the number of A in the list that we have, it returns 2. Sometimes we need to know the position of an element, and we can do that by using index function. For example, here we want to find the index of B, and we simply write my list dot index B, and it will return the position that B is there, 0, 1, and 2, and that is what we can see. If there is more than one element, it will return the position of the first element. For example, we have A, which is repeated twice here, but when we use index function, it will return the first one of them. Another function is called reverse, which reverses the element of a list. And as you can see, the list that we have C, A, B, D, E, and when we use reverse, it will reverse the order of the elements and start from the last to the first one. Also, we can use sort to sort the items from the smallest to the largest. And as you can see, A, B, C, and D. Also, we can use remove to delete elements. And as you can see, if we use my list dot remove B, it will remove the element B from the list that we have. And you can see there is no longer B in the list that we have. Another element to remove elements of a list is a pop function. Pop usually removes the last element of a list. And as you can see, if we apply pop function to the list that we have, it returns the element that is deleted. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.